This is probably my very first stream about game dev. And so far, everything that I've been streaming has been about gaming. But over the last month and a half, I've actually been learning C++. And I've also started learning SFML, which is just a library for getting graphics on the screen. It's called Simple and Fast Multimedia Library. There are lots of libraries actually, like SFML, SDL, and so on. But SFML is the most simplest one, especially for learning. So I've picked that up and I've been learning that for about 3 weeks now, actually. And I bought a book by John Horton called Beginning C++ Game Programming, which has been an amazing read. And I'm actually 80% through the book. So I've learned a lot, built a couple of games, actually. And I think I'm quite happy with what I've done so far. But yeah, I'm still in the tutorial phase at this point, and it's not like I can just make a game like this. So it's not that yet. It's not there yet. But hopefully in the next couple of months I should be there. So that's the plan. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my thing. Just gonna set some music here. We're just gonna chill, listen to music, and code. That's exactly what I plan to do on this stream, and hopefully, talk to you guys if and when you hop in. So that's the plan. So I stream both on YouTube and Twitch. Choose your poison, I guess. I personally like the chat and the community development on Twitch. On YouTube, it's just more like it's more like a public property. Just go there, have fun, and leave. Twitch is more like going to someone's house and just enjoying the hospitality kind of stuff. That's what I feel about Twitch. Okay, so I'm just gonna have my tea. I'm gonna listen to some chill music, and we're gonna work, code. That's essentially what I wanna do. Says get position is not a member of SF float. Get size is not a member either. So M position is the pointer. Hey battle buddy, how's it going, man? How are you? I am doing very fine, thank you so much. How are you? As you can see, I'm doing something else on the stream today. In fact, I think all my streams henceforth will probably be this, and then maybe a game later on. Doing good. Excellent, man. Hey, I've been watching someone else on your account play Red Dead Redemption. He's a pretty funny guy, man. Really nice. Whoever that is. So what's up with that, actually? Well, these guys are pretty aggressive with their advertising, huh? Hey, welcome back. I was saying these guys are pretty aggressive with their advertising. what is all this about, like indie game dev? Okay, so about a month and a half ago, I've actually started learning like C++, and I think I learned it for about 2 weeks, a week and a half and two. And then I started learning game dev basically. So I got a book called Game Development with C++ from this guy, from this author called John Horton, and it's been amazing. So I've learned a lot there. Still learning, just getting started. Built a couple of games already, like nothing too complicated, just fun kind of games. I'd love to show you in some time. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing, and I've been spending like a lot of time on this more than anything else. Yeah, so indie dev not there yet. It's still, I'm still learning. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of ground to cover with respect to this. And once I finish the book, I plan to get back into Unreal. So I actually also did Unreal Engine for a bit, and I've built a game on Unreal, but that was more like, you know, me just following the tutorial and not getting an understanding of what the hell was going on. So I just decided to drop that after one project, and then I just went all into coding so I could actually understand what's happening behind the scenes in a game engine. So that's what I'm doing right now. Hey, wish you all the best. Thank you so much, man. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I'm spending like a minimum of like 12 hours a day, I think, on this. So it's been amazing, especially now that I have like nothing to do. So when I get marketing projects, I do it, but otherwise I'm just studying this full time. Yeah, and hopefully like all of this will serve like a diary for me personally, so I can go back and see how I used to suck, maybe. Yep. Yeah, I was saying, what's going on with your account, man? Like, you have someone playing Red Dead Redemption. Why does it say there's no... Anant Kovekar says, hello, is C++? Yes, that's right, man. How are you? It is C++. Battle Buddy, I was at work all the time, so my friend logged into my account and streams Red Dead. Hey, he's a very funny guy, man. So when I joined the stream, I mean, obviously I was expecting to see you, but I see him playing Red Dead Redemption. For a second I thought, are you playing Red Dead Redemption? And I said hi, and then I heard this another outwardly voice entirely, and then he said that he's your friend. The guy got stuck while he was riding a horse. He got stuck in this cube thing, and then exactly inside a city where he was supposed to like shoot someone, and then they all came out, started shooting at him, and he's stuck inside this box, unable to get out from the horse, and he died. That was the most funniest fucking thing I've seen on stream. So that was really fun. Hey Anant, so do you do any C++ programming? I think this is a good location for a chat. Not a C++ programmer. Are you using GCC or Clang compiler? I was using MinGW previously, but right now I'm just using Visual Studio, so it has its own compiler. I'm on Windows, so this is probably the better option, and it works with Unreal. Although I'm not using Unreal right now, but it just that's something that it's connected with already, so I just use it. Battle Buddy, any plans to play Battlefield 6 multiplayer? I hope that answered your question, Anant. What game are you building right now? So this is actually like an endless runner. It's a platformer. There's a character. Let me fix my cam here. Yeah, I think this is better. Yeah, so there's basically a character that will be running endlessly 2D, and you'll have to like jump from platform to platform, and basically while you're jumping, platforms keep appearing in different positions. You have to find your way to that platform, but while that's happening, the previous platforms behind you keep disappearing, so you can't be slow. In case you miss a jump, you have a booster that'll allow you to go to the platform, but it's slow, so you kind of have to be really quick once you land. Yeah, that's the game. You have there's fireballs coming in from both directions, and you have to just avoid them and keep running. It's an endless runner. I'm just learning the entity component system right now, and this entire game is essentially like an ECS exercise for me, and that's basically what I'm doing right now. So I just compiled and ran into a couple of errors, just trying to fix those. Maybe soon, huh? Nice. I really wish there was like a unified chat interface that, we could just plug into the stream and it'll kind of show chats from both Twitch and YouTube. This is like backwards, man. I think you are full-time C++ game developer? No, not at all, man. Absolutely not. I actually just started learning about a month and a half ago, and I actually just got into SFML, so I'm not a full-time, no. I've just been following a book, and all of this code is essentially from that book, so I didn't invent or come up with this. Although I know what's going on, but it's not my code per se. I'm just learning from a book, so that's what all of this is. I'm just they are using an older version of SFML, and I'm on a newer one, so a lot of things have changed from the previous version to this version, so I'm just kind of translating it to the new version, and that's why I'm running into a bunch of errors actually. What do you, are you a programmer, Anant? Get position and get size, it says not a member of Flowtrect. Oh, you are a programmer, not C++, okay. What do you program on? Sorry, program with. Web applications, okay, so JavaScript, React or Angular, Node. PHP. Ah, full stack, huh? Nice. This is the thing with SFML3, it just doesn't like sprites and like sound buffers to not be initialized immediately. Like you have to initialize them with either a texture or a sound. Yeah, this is the only one remaining now. So no appropriate default constructor, which means I have to initialize this right here. Why the fuck not? Expected a type specifier. SF, is it in core abstract class for SFML? Yeah, so essentially they have classes for like every type of activity that you would want to do, like for window, for example, or to draw a shape. how to get the actual internal coordinates of a shape and so on. So SF is the SFML. It's like how we essentially declare something, or we try to use, we want to create an object of that type. So yeah, it is a class part of the SFML library. Yes. Maybe I don't do this here. Great, you're not using AI? Yeah, not at this stage. I don't know if I'll ever use it though. It's I use it for like understanding material and like fixing some bugs where I don't know what the hell is going on, but not for actually writing code, because that breaks the entire purpose of doing all of this anyway. I just have these two errors to fix, and then when I compile, it's just basically going to show me a gray window. That's it. At this point, that's all it's going to do. But I still want to compile this and finish without errors. Nah. Eleven. And 14. Why does this not work though? It does. Okay, so I'm underscore buffer. Hey, there it is. Okay. You guys can't see this, but it's just a gray window. Actually, let me see if I can bring that up. There it is. Game capture. Hey, there it is. That's the window. It's just a gray window. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so the code compiles without issues. Just gonna go back here. Because we want 1920 by 1080 and full screen.
Good evening, everyone. The highlights of the news this Thursday. Traffic accidents. A Beaver County man is being held for murder. And more labor.
Okay, so what does it say now? Show the frame. If I bring this in. Nothing. This means that what is your profession, says Anand. I've been a marketer for about 12 years and yeah, quit my job and just doing this now. Quit my job in July. I mean, I do marketing freelancing when I get projects, but otherwise, yeah, I just quit. I just do this right now, full time. Okay, I have to do something here where what on earth happened to this? Okay, there it is. So what we have is basically zero, 1 and 2 is 3, 4, 5. So we have 6. 6 vertices. Okay, so this is not what we're looking for. Number of vertices in the array will be 4. Get vertex count. So 1 plus 2 plus 3. This is 0. Let me try. Then we will have start index should be 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. It should be the same as 2. So is this. And then we have 5. Just a second. Okay, this will end up being 5. This is essentially 0. So it needs to have the same. Yeah. Then we need 4, which is essentially 2. Okay, and 5 is the only new. Okay, let's try this. Still don't have a player. Why? Why don't we have a player? Yeah, so this is one of those rare moments that I had to use AI because this. What happened with SF? So the book uses SFML 2.6 and I'm using SFML 3.0.2, which is the latest version. And they've changed a lot of stuff. For example, position.x used to be called left. Position.y used to be called top. Okay, and they also had something like length and height. So size.x is actually width, and then size.y is actually length. So they changed a lot of stuff like this, which kind of makes like you would previously draw a rectangle. Now you're drawing 2 triangles, which means instead of 4 vertices, you're now having to make 6 vertices. Although 0 and 3, like this, like 0 and 3 and 2 and 4 are essentially the same. 1 and 5 are unique. Previously it was just like a rectangle. And this was 0, 1, 2 and 3, which is what I had in the code, and that didn't work. Now they've split this up, so you need to draw this triangle separately, you need to draw this triangle separately. So you have 6 vertices instead of 4. And that's because most GPUs don't support quads. These are quads, they don't support these anymore. They just support triangles. So, Anant, what do you do? Like, other than developing websites for corporates that the world runs on? Library version caused lots of problems. Oh yeah, man. Like, I mean, they've changed essentially like everything, including how you declare stuff. Yeah, and how you draw stuff. So, but I think they've made. I don't know how it was before. I haven't used the previous version, although I can see the code. But this looks more intuitive. Just that it has more like verbosity. There's lots more typing. So, if we look at so we are calling position and we are calling this size, so this is fine. So it's able to draw, that's okay. Let's call this like the first triangle. Piyush Yaps, hey, hello man, how is it going? I think what I'll do is I'll just, because this is just the same, let's call this position. This is position, so I don't need to like repeat myself here. But why? So I have to pass this in. Yeah, stuff like that. So these kinds of things have changed. Like it's a vector that takes in just two floating point numbers. You says, all great, what are you building? So I'm actually building a endless runner. It's just a platformer game, a 2D one, where you have this character that keeps running continuously left to right, and you have to jump between platforms, and the platforms behind you disappear, and there are fireballs that can come in from the left and right, so you have to avoid them and keep jumping without losing track of time, because the stuff behind you will keep disappearing. So yeah, I mean, I'm just actually learning from this book by this author called John Horton right now. I just got into this like about a month ago. Yeah, I've been learning C++ and this for about a month and a half overall. So I'm actually just following a tutorial, but they're using an older version of the SFML library, and I'm using the newer one. So I have to spend a lot more time kind of translating that into the newer version because a lot of things have changed. something similar to the Chrome Dinosaur game. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So here, there's cactuses. You have to jump. In this game, you have platforms that will spawn in different places. All of this is like procedurally generated, and you have to jump on those platforms. Yeah, but it's kind of similar. It's an endless game. So what do you do, Piyush? And how was your weekend? Fuck, I don't remember where I initialized the vertex array. Was it here? Vertex. So I have triangles. Nope. Still no clear. This is the game window. Right now it just shows gray because nothing other than the player's sprite is supposed to be rendered here. I'm curious to see drawing triangle on canvas. We can do that. Like there's... It's essentially like declaring a rectangle, and then you can just like give it a size, say, what do you want to do here? So let's say like 20 by 20. Okay, that's it. What? This is why I have to go back to the documentation. Rectangle shape. Oh yeah, I just saw the documentation is supposed to be floating point. And it has to be, cannot change the type, so we'll put this inside. Okay, and then we'll say rectangle dot set fill color. What's your favorite color, Anant? Just choose from this, please. Or we'll have to go and look for RGB values now. Yellow, alrighty. Let's say we'll set the position somewhere. like say 300. Okay, just so we can see the rectangle. All we do is basically just, that's it, and it should show up now. Hey, there's a little rectangle. It should take a while to show up on the screen on OBS here. Hey, there it is, our little rectangle in yellow. That's essentially the sprite, the shape that gets drawn. And you know, like you can make this like 60. You can probably have another like rectangle, say rectangle 2. Fill this, let's say magenta, for example. Let's position this about like 620. So 300 plus another 300, so we'll have a 20 pixel gap. Oh no, this will not work. Let's window dot draw rectangle. What the fuck am I typing? Rectangle 2. What happened to the... Okay, this should still load. Yeah, the previous rectangle got messed up. Let's go and find out why. That's why. Rectangle 2. Okay. Now it should be all good. Hey, those are our 2 rectangles. We can even make them move in like bounds and stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's essentially what SFML allows you to do. So Anand, do you use JavaScript or something else? Hey, awesome. So I think there are a couple of libraries on JavaScript that I don't remember the names now. But I think it's Phaser or something 3D, I guess. I mean, I remember reading these names like a couple of months ago. Because I actually I know very little JavaScript. Like the stuff where you have to like manipulate, let's say, a DOM, or you introduce a new object, like change the string or whatever. So I know that kind of stuff, or change a CSS property. That's like very basic JavaScript. I know that. At that time when I was studying that, I remember reading something about a jQuery. No, not jQuery. I think it's like SFML. It's basically a JavaScript library that you can use to like draw shapes and use the web GPU, like the GPU, to kind of draw stuff on the screen. And that's what most of these web-based games, they use those libraries to make that work. If I recollect the name, I'll let you know. But right now I'm just drawing a blank, man. I remember Phaser. I don't know if it was some J3D or something. But yeah, it's a library similar to SFML. But it uses the GPU. So it might be kinda complex at the beginning to get a hang of it, I guess. Okay, so we've declared triangles to run. What I'm going to do is I am going to uncomment this, and I'm going to pass in resolution here. We will go back to full screen. I just want to make sure that the sprite is not being rendered somewhere else. And no, it is not. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, now you guys can see it. It's just a blank window. Okay, I'm going to go back to 800, 600 for the time being. Vertex count is 6. Nope. Oh no, let me see. Nope. Okay. Just have you tried game dev, Anant? Sending an update pointer, sending text coordinates. Player graphics.draw canvas. That's why, I guess. Nope. Now you're thinking you have to try. I see. I think it's a fun like exercise to just stay occupied and not like waste time, I guess. So that's returning an int. But we need a float. Why is text coords an int? This has to be a float. Indirect, that's why. We're trying to pass in an integer position into a float. No, this is okay. No, not this. A vertex array, which is a float. Terra Kate. Yeah, that was a Discord scammer, so I had to ban her. This scum of the earth. Okay, I need to fix this, so I'm just going to look at what we can do. What is next step? Next step is to try and get the player sprite to actually render on the screen, which is what I'm trying to solve right now. I'm trying to figure out how we can how to build two triangles with the texture coordinates of the sprite instead of having a rectangle. That's essentially the problem I have to solve. It's nothing else. Like once I figure out the actual actual formula of how to get that sprite to draw. Yep, that's I just want to see the sprite, the player sprite. Excuse me, player sprite drawn on the screen. That's about it. So I'm looking for how to translate SFML 2.6 code into basically SFML 3 0.0.2. Yeah, so this int rect is an integer. I mean, as the name suggests, it's basically an integer type rectangle, which essentially helps me identify the coordinates of the texture. Actually, let me show you this. Maybe this will make sense. Graphics. Where do we have this? Okay, there it is. Okay, yeah, you can see this. So this is essentially like the texture array. So each of these blocks are essentially animating the player sprite, right? So I'm just trying to get this particular player sprite to draw on the screen right now. And there are multiple objects here. So like this is the boost animation. And the sprite, the texture array will jump to this particular coordinate on the array, on the texture array or canvas, whatever. And it'll draw this if we press the boost button. And this particular portion here, this is supposed to be a mini map. It's not like, we'll come to that later. And this is just like a menu screen when the game starts or when the game is in a pause state. These are fireballs that will either come from the left or right. If it's coming from the right, it will rotate, and it'll just look like this when it's coming from the left. And yeah, this is the entire graphics of the game on one image. All we're doing is we're going to point the program to multiple coordinates on the graphics to pick up what we want. And then this portion here is actually rain. So it's going to rain while we're playing, and this portion is going to be animated on the screen. That's about it. This is the entire graphics of the game. So what's happening is this is an integer position that's getting passed into canvas, which accepts a float position. Okay, so essentially this doesn't work. So I was just reading about this. We will need to do like a static cast. And like yeah, essentially we'll just have to do this for everything. However, do we have this right? Yep, okay. I don't know if this will work, but let me just cast all of this as a float instead of an int, so that it goes into this canvas vector essentially for that particular coordinate. This is very tedious. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure there's like a shortcut key. Like I know one that does this, like static. I can type. Didn't work for this. Okay. And this is the second triangle. Does this even work? Nope. So there is we don't need this. Now we do. This. And we are drawing it, so we're drawing that. This texture.png. I am lost here, man. Let me just look at their documentation. Anand says, hey, converting from size t to integer might be integer can be 32-bit long. Where am I converting size t to integer? It's fine if it's 32 bits. That's not really the I didn't get you, Anand. Yeah, I'm casting it to a float. Hey, just give me a second. Okay, back. Yeah, you were saying. So this canvas is a float. Now this texture coordinates is an integer, but I'm casting it as a float because this accepts floating point values, so that the position of this texture coordinate x is also a floating point value. So I'm actually converting from integer to a float. I mean, I'm casting this integer to a float before it gets assigned here. Was that your point? I'm not sure I got you. I saw the warning in the compiler terminal. But this one. That is fine because it's yeah, so this is like 999. Sorry, this is the vertex count. That it's an SFML function, and it's going to, like, I don't know what type this is. It says size t, so whatever type it is, that comes in. But that's fine. So this is absolutely okay. I mean, I'm not gonna have like 4.3 vertices You know what I mean? Like it's going to be a whole number at any time. In this case, it's going to have 4 vertices. Or whatever this outputs, but this, it's fine. Like there's the warning that says it's possible loss of data. That's okay. That's not an issue. So this has to be 0. Number of vertices in the array. So our array has 6 vertices because it's 2 triangles, 1 quad. I'm just trying to understand why the player sprite from that texture atlas is not showing up here. I don't know if it's because of the texture itself or if it's how I've constructed the sprite of the player using these 2 triangles. I'm pretty sure there's probably some issue I made translating this 2.6 to 3. Let me go back and check how I did it for okay, so this is my zombies. This is fine. Nothing here. Create background. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That didn't help whatsoever, so okay, we'll just, I guess, just move on and see why it doesn't show up. Maybe player. Just see if it's a size issue. Excuse me. Nope. It is size because it's width and height. Player width is, this is 16. Yeah, this is fine. Player update, get position pointer Y. It has to return the position. Okay, we have that here. It has to draw Okay, I'm just gonna move on and see. Maybe, or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should fix this. Game object draw. Where is that thing? It looks like I have to go in and say triangles and 3. I don't know if this is essential, but nope, this doesn't work either. Nope. Yeah, this this is not going to work. Game object dot. I have to make like a getter function. It says drawing the object on the console, but I shouldn't actually be doing this. Game object. We are passing in the canvas and this is part of the canvas, so it is going into draw. So it is getting called to draw. Um, yeah, I need to see. I need to look up stuff. Oh, you guys are still seeing the SFML window. Okay. Mhm. We have 3. We did put 3. Or should I say 6? So the code compiles fine. The only issue is something is going on with my update function. Player update. Okay, we are positioning it. We are getting the player position. Uh, load level. Let's see if this works for setting initial position. Doing is okay. This +1. This we will have to add an underscore position size.x. Position not to, so this is size.x. We have to, this becomes size.y, plus 2. Size dot y. Okay, and then this is essentially the same. Plus 3. And then 4 has to be the same as 2. Because it's the same vertex. And a 5 is it inside the canvas? Did you check the transparency of the image you are showing? Yeah, no, so the transparency is, or the opacity is just the default. All I'm doing is taking the entire texture, like that file that you saw, and I'm just taking like one portion of it, and I'm putting that into this into like I'm putting those coordinates so that it picks up only those portion, like the first portion, and like each vertex, like if I open this image here, like this is and if I copy this to MS Paint, for example, if we map this into this, like this is like the 0th, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, actually this is 0 and 3, this is 2 and 4, this is 5. So it's essentially just taking this and drawing it. That's about it. But the image itself is transparent, but it's I mean, the background is transparent, but these show up. It's like a hidden under canvas. I don't think so. It should. That's a good question. I don't think so. It shouldn't be. Um, so this is size X. This position. Size X. Okay, and now We'll take 5. This will have to be the same as size X. And yeah, no, but this will not have size X. It will only have size Y. Because X is 0. This is 0 comma whatever size Y is. Okay, so position X, position Y plus size Y. This means this will have, because this is the same as 2, M underscore position plus size dot X. Okay, so 2 and 4 are the same. Position X and size X. Plus position Y and size. Wait a minute. Yeah, size X, size Y. Perfect. Okay. 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 And then position 3 will have 0. Essentially, it's just going to be position X and position Y, which is 0, 0. That's okay. Then position 4 is the same as position 2. Then 5 will have 0 on the X axis because it's at 0 point. And then whatever is the size Y, which is what we have here. Okay, now let me see if let's say pointer, and then we just return. I don't know if I should do this, but let's just want to troubleshoot that. Texture pointer, get texture, and then we're saying return M underscore texture. Why can't I return this? What? It is undefined. Non-static member reference must be relative to a specific object. A non-static member reference must be relative. Must be relative. A function definition for get texture is not found. That's why. That's fucking why. Basic shit. Okay, so now that we have this in place, oh my god, you guys are still seeing the MS Paint window. Okay, let me just, okay, this can be made const. Okay, let's do that. This const. Visual Studio is like drunk today. And I go back to run and I say factory.get texture. Let's see if this works. Hey, yes it did. Do you see that this little sprite? Oh, you guys are still not seeing this? Holy shit. Okay, so where is this? Do you see this tiny little sprite? Okay. Okay. Alrighty, it works. It works. It fucking works. Okay. All I need to do is I basically, just so that we can get this to draw, I am going to increase the size of our player. Where is that guy? Player. Is it in factory or player update? Where the fuck did I declare this? Can't be here. Player graphics. Player up. Oh, here it is. No, this is a const. Player update.cpp. Where are you? Okay, so multiply this by 10 and 10, and now we can see a 10 times larger sprite. Hey, there it is! There it is. You guys are still not seeing this in the stream? There it is. There is our sprite. There's our player sprite. Mother of God, man. So the issue was basically what was happening is this factory class that I have essentially was not sending a completed like built texture back to the main loop, but this is like a makeshift solution right now. The real issue is we have a game object that has to draw everything, which means that this canvas needs to have everything, and for some reason the texture wasn't being sent, or something is actually happening with the way these two are communicating, and I have no idea what that is. Honestly, absolutely no idea. But this is like a makeshift solution. This is not supposed to be the case. I don't know if this is going to cause bugs when I animate the player. Let's see if the player actually moves. Doesn't move. Now I set up this initial position. If I comment this out, I run this again. So the initial position, okay, this is still not showing up on the stream. Okay, there it is. This is still empty. So I'm setting an initial position right now for the player. Let me close this. And I have to document this somewhere. Maybe just a new item. Player graphics required an initial position. Animation still doesn't work. Factory was not returning a completed texture to game object. Maybe makeshift solution. Return to main. And we be using like window.draw, and we're using canvas, which is the actual. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, factory.get texture to get the texture from factory, but okay, so this is getting drawn to the canvas, and okay, now we can go ahead and set up the platform.
Good morning, sunshine.
I honestly don't understand why the author used where is that player update, player graphics, this. minus 999 is below 0.
I love you.
So, yeah, I don't get it, man. Okay, so I'm just googling this right now, and it says it's a sentinel value. Essentially, it is an invalid number used for debugging. Okay, you guys are not seeing this, so let me get this up on the screen here. Excuse me. Yeah. For index. No, I think this is... Yeah, this is it. Okay. The flag value, trip value, or a rogue value, dummy data. It's a special value which uses its presence as a condition of termination. So the index of our vector needs to start at 0. It can't be minus 999. That is a negative number. And that's why they used this as the start index. Okay. Now what happens in here is we're getting the vertex count, which will give it, we should give it 6. Okay. So vertex start index is equal to 6. Then we're saying canvas.resize, canvas.get vertex count. Yeah, I need to understand what this is. So let me go to the get vertex count. There it is. Returns the number of vertices in the array. The number of vertices in the array has to be 6 because that's what we are setting. Vertex array canvas is supposed to be 3. Okay, it'll return 3 vertices. So your vertex start index is 3. This is 3. Should I be doing 6 or does this become... Does this become 3 plus 6 or... I have to find out about this. Canvas.resize. Resize. Vertex array resize. The vertex count is greater than the current size. If the vertex count is greater than the current size, three previous vertices are kept and new vertices are added. Anand says, is it the 999 considering as 0 in C++? No, it's not 0. It's actually negative. So you know how like a vector or array, the first item in that array has to be 0, right? The index, like we have all of these items. This one has to be index 0. If it's 999, this is like a sentinel value, which is essentially used for debugging. Apparently, I just learned about it. I didn't know what the fuck this was. I mean, I was confused why the author was actually initializing the start index as minus 999 when it's supposed to be 0, because that's the start index of that vector. Now I know that if this shows up, it means that there was some mistake, which allows us to then debug. So we're later on, what we're doing here in these two lines is we're reinitializing it, and then it becomes 0. And so this is 0. This is the zeroth like points of that particular vertex, because we in our array, in our texture array, we have two triangles, for example. Each vertex has 2 points. I mean, it's a point with an x and y point, right? So this is basically 0 plus size of x comma y, because it's y is 0 here, which is basically 0. It's 0 size x and 0. So essentially what we're doing is we're giving the first index both the x and y points, then we're iterating by 1 to the second vertex and giving it like position x plus size x, which is what this is for the x, and then position dot y, which is 0, which is this, into the second vertex. So that's essentially what we're doing. Can you try as minus 1000? Yeah, you can put anything. You can put anything negative, -1, anything negative, and then that's basically what you can do for checking. Apparently, I just learned about this, so this is even good for looping through an array. Yeah, but I don't know when we would use that if we have to loop. Eastford! Hey, how's it going, man? You know, your question, that actually has a pretty long answer. What's been up is so over the course of the last month and a half or so, I've been getting into coding. I've been learning C++ and something called SFML, which is a library that allows anyone to draw graphics on the screen. So that's what I've been learning. I've been following like some tutorials on YouTube to learn C++, and then I bought a book by this guy called John Horton, and I've been just following that book and just learning. That's what I've been doing. So today, instead of playing a game, I'm just, building one. I'm turning into a hacker. That actually sounds nice, man. You're chilling, having your morning coffee. I love that. Holy shit, man, your mix. I actually put that on to sleep and I couldn't sleep because it was so fucking amazing. I was just listening to it. And then I had to turn it off after like about, I think 15-20 minutes, and then actually go to sleep last night. So holy shit, man, the mix was really nice. The link that you shared previously, which was the first video you said about the new camera. I forget the name, but let me know when you're a super duper hacker. I need you to hack my bank and give me unlimited credit. If that can happen through this game, then yep. The chill mix, yeah. Yeah. Man, your transitions are really smooth, Eastford. So I was just listening to like the chord progressions or arpeggios within those transitions when they're happening. And I don't know what the thing is called. Like you reach the climax and then it shifts into like a new verse, I guess. That was really interesting. Nice to listen to when watching the sunset. I see. Perhaps I should do that. Are you putting these up on Spotify or are these just going to live on like YouTube? Climax, then a breakdown, and then there's a build up. Okay. Oh, that's the electronic music language. Okay. So I'll show you what I was able to do. If this window shows up on the screen quickly. Hey, there it is. So this is a window. This is basically like the first initial step of a game that I'm working on. And you can see this character. It's supposed to move right now. That's not like that's not enabled yet. I haven't deployed that functionality yet. But yeah, this is step one. We're drawing this character on the screen. From here, we'll now animate the movement of this character, and then she'll start jumping onto different platforms, surviving fireballs coming in from the left and right. Yep, that's what I'm working on, Eastford. So I'd like some coffee, but it's 8:20 p.m. here, and I don't think I should have that. Hey, Spectre! How is it going, man? Look, but damn, I can't code that much. Hey, look, man, I thought I couldn't also, but I spent like a month and a half, 2 months. I'm doing this full time, so, I have all the time in the world. I've been spending like, I think 12, 13 hours a day just doing this. And I think I've come to a pretty reasonable place where I can draw a window. And I can have something show up on the screen. I can make it bounce and then move. I can do that much. Which is why I was actually interested in when you said Unreal, I was actually interested in what you were up to there. So I could like kind of work with you. Blueprints are so easier than this actually. Yeah, they are. Yes, absolutely. They are. This is way more rudimentary in the sense that I'm like I'll show you the graphics of the game that I'm working on. This is it. This image has the entire graphics. Actually, it has like this has 95% of the graphics of the game, and the only thing that is extra that's not here are going to be like platforms that will show up, like rectangles upon which this player will jump. Everything else is like the same player getting animated multiple times when she's moving, and then if she's turning, like if I press like the left button, so she looks backwards, I'm just applying a rotation so that it looks backwards and the same animation backwards. But yeah, that's about it. It's just like the entire animation. Used to code back in the day, but ab mood nahi hota most days to code. Looks sick for a newbie, huh? Yeah, I'm actually like newbie minus 999, I guess, right now. Just drawing this on the screen. Long way to go. So this portion here is just the menu. This will show up when the game starts or if like the game is over, for example. These are fireballs. Again, I'll rotate these if they're coming from the right side, but it'll look like this if it's coming from like the left side. No, left. This is left, this is right. So I'll rotate these, and that's about it. And this portion here is the rain, and it's going to rain in the game, and this just gets animated. That's it. It'll get drawn multiple times and it'll just move from top to bottom. That's basically it. What's this elevator music you're listening to? Oh shit, man. I basically had to put something that's copyright free so this YouTube doesn't like trigger the copyright ID thing. But what am I doing when I have your music? I didn't know if I was allowed to play that here, man. So yeah, we just have some elevator music going on. On Twitch, basically while streaming, I can have anything play. After the stream is done, when the video gets saved, in OBS there's a setting, like I can have like one track be the stuff that's going live, and the other track is going to be like the saved stuff. So when Twitch saves the video, it doesn't have any of the music, so there's no copyright problems there. On YouTube, it saves the entire thing as is. So any music that's by an artist who's uploaded it on YouTube, I mean, if it's copyrighted by some publisher or a record label, then it's a copyright strike, or they just take money from ads. That's about it. They get flagged but allow it to be played other than in Russia or something. Okay. Yeah, so that's why I have like this music going on. Hopefully I can find something in this playlist that's not that bad, huh? Copyright free music. That's why you can still play my mixes on YouTube, so I don't get flagged. Russia and Belarus, basically, mera kuch bhi videos are not allowed there. That's really strange, man. I don't know why they do that. It's like you can just make money. Can't monetize the video with the music though. Oh, it's like a recent thing. Okay. You don't care if you make money. Okay. I thought it was like this thing. There's this province in Canada. I forget the name, but every time I go to like any of these traditional application websites like Microsoft Office or something, and I think this was when I was in Deloitte, we were unable to do stuff, or at least the providers, they didn't have stuff for these places like Iran, some places in Africa, and some countries. And there's one province that always came up from Canada. I forget the name, but it was just one particular place. It said, nah, you're not sending anything here, or not publishing, or like deploying anything there. What is that province, man? Canada provinces. Are they called provinces, or would you call them states? Quebec. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, Quebec was always on these lists. Like you can't do anything there for some reason. Embargo restrictions, yep. Those were embargo, yes. I don't know why it was for that one specific province in the entire country. What did they do? Greatly appreciate that, man, Spector. Hey, by the way, how is Battlefield 6? Before you disappear. Quebec has different rules. I don't know if I should say that sounds cool, or if that's just diplomatic red tape. Or if they just work for the people. Is it like the large corporations don't get their way in that place, or it's a relic from the France-English War. They have their own agreement with the Canadian federal government. Ooh, interesting. An agreement as in, is it like Hong Kong-China agreement or Taiwan-China agreement? Where like they have their own government, but it's basically dictated by the Canadian federal government, but their local government can do stuff that can override what the federal government dictates. Maybe I have to do some reading up on this, but is that what it is? Like, unless they rebel and say we are a separate country, they can do whatever they want. Is that what it is? Due to population numbers / votes, they get away with stuff. They get away with stuff. They get away with stuff, huh? Because the liberal government needs their votes. Okay. So is that like the Texas of the US? Because I think it's a pretty huge province. They have their own provincial government. Okay. Like, for example, in India, we still have union territories, and these are like regions in the country that they either received their independence a bit later, for example, from the Portuguese or the Dutch, after the British left India, and some of these didn't have a state government, but for some reason there's still just the federal government has like a governor in that place, and they just manage those regions directly. But they don't have like their own government per se. I think the only recent, maybe this was like 10 years ago, but there's a state called Goa. That was a union territory. Then they changed it to a state, and then it got its like government, and now it's like a regular state. But the rules there are like entirely different for like the civil laws and stuff, criminal laws. It's kind of different. It still follows the federal model, but they have a bunch of stuff that kind of makes them progressive, and I think from a justice legal perspective, I think they're pretty good. Federation of Provinces. Your so is Netherlands this similar, or do they have like provincial governments? It is kind of like the US. We have federal government and provincial governments. Like the US has a federal government and state governments. Okay. So do you still travel to Canada? Do you have like friends and family who were still? I'm sure you do. I think instead of doing this, let me see. Excuse me. Okay. This still works. So this has to be 0. This. Okay, so I think I get a sense of why it is this. So get vertex count. It gets it from here, and it is 0. So this starts at 0. And it basically occupies. So player graphics assemble. Player graphics occupies 0 through 6 through 5, sorry. So what are your plans for the day, Eastward? Are you going to conjure up another one of those Bangor mixes? Probably try to work on a new mix or stream Breakpoint. Nice. Okay, just give me a second. The baby needs my attention. I will be right back. Interrupter official. I was just going to just go AFK. Hey, thanks so much for the follow, man. Welcome to the battalion. I will be BRB. Okay, be right back. Hey, all right. Sorry about that, and thanks. Interrupter official, thanks for the follow, man. Greatly appreciated. I guess you left. Excuse me. Okay, so I was saying that yeah, now player gets to initialize this first. So returns 0, and then this gets the player to occupy 0 through 6. Okay, so good there. What the what music is this? Like, I don't even want to play like free public domain music, because even those are like some random company just has a copyright for free public domain music. Okay, so now let's see if we can make the player move. Okay, this is setting the initial position. Okay. I'll probably remove this for now. This is where okay. Excuse me.
Yeah.
No, so
Yeah.
where is the No, I can't do that. Transform scale. Which means that okay, I was using the older syntax which the book has, which is incorrect. So size.x is correct. Okay. So every frame we wanted to draw this position and we wanted to handle input. So want to add say 550. Let's see. Okay, so it's only moved it one frame. Why is that? Actually, before we do this, okay, so it suggests we do a camera update. Okay. Update. Steve. Inherit from update. Okay. get a pointer to Boolean. Set this to false right now. Then we have a get receiver pointer that pointer as of now. Okay. Excuse me. Pointer and need one to handle input. Another input receiver pointer. Pointer and say standard shared pointer of type level update. Need this level update, and then another standard shared pointer type player update. This player update. That's what we've done before, right? Player update. Yeah, level update and player update. Okay. Excuse me. Eastford! Minus stuff to do around the house. Hey, catch you later, man. Thanks so much for dropping in. Always a pleasure talking to you, man. Have a good one. Hey, I'll look forward to your mix if you do that later in the day. Yeah. We want to override this because we will have void update. Okay. Get then we will return position. Symbol. This will have a level update, and then we had a standard shared pointer, player update, yeah, and m underscore player position, player update, get position pointer. Player update. We get the position of the player. We pass that into underscore player position. Okay. We have an input receiver pointer. Where we get the input receiver. Receives input. Equals true. Then return so this one just returns the address of the m position variable. It simply stores the address of the player's position, so you can always refer to it. Then this one initializes a new input receiver instance and setting it to true. Then just return the address of the newly created instance. Okay. Size.x. Oh yeah, this is where we need the SFML. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it. I have some reading to do, which for which I actually need to focus. It might get boring for you guys. Stream. Okay, we shall meet again soon, I guess. And hey, thanks to everyone over there on YouTube. Eastford, always a pleasure talking to you, man. Anant Govekar, thanks a lot for joining in. And Piyush as well. Here's all of you guys. Vector and Battle Buddy, always a pleasure. And Interrupter Official over there on Twitch, thanks so much for the follow. And yeah, I will probably catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.